Welcome to New Sky TV. It's truly astonishing. Guo Yuxin, who was overwhelmingly in first place, was absent from ELLE, focusing on filming and refusing to be associated with the event. Her fans, however, cheered her decision to decline the ELLE event and concentrate on filming, chanting "Long live her independent beauty." This reverse psychology shatters the logic of celebrity popularity. A top star's absence from a top-tier exposure opportunity demonstrates that true confidence comes from her work, not the red carpet. In the fame-driven world of the Chinese entertainment industry, those who dare to say no to the spotlight are the ones who are chased by it. A landslide victory in votes, yet she simply disappeared. This is probably the most hardcore face-slapping moment in the recent history of the Chinese entertainment industry. Just now, everyone watching the list of attendees for the February 1st ELLE offline event was stunned. Guo Yuxin, the top female celebrity who fought tooth and nail in the Red Fruit Annual Awards voting, receiving overwhelming votes from fans day and night, directly laid her cards on the table. She wouldn't be there. It's well known that fashion magazine events of ELLE's caliber are fiercely contested by female celebrities. Standing on the red carpet signifies resources, standing in the center signifies status, and being the closing act is an unspoken affirmation of competence within the industry. Many actresses, with few decent works throughout the year, treat the red carpet as their primary profession, fearing being forgotten by the market if they miss a single appearance. But Guo Yuxin did the opposite. It wasn't that she wasn't qualified, rather, she was qualified but chose not to. The difference in significance is immense. While others were calculating how much exposure, trending topics, and business reciprocation a single offline event could generate, she directly answered with her actions, "My time is reserved for filming." At that moment, ELLE wasn't rejected, but rather relegated to a secondary option. This is what truly makes one gasp. Because in the Chinese entertainment industry, actresses who dare to postpone top-tier fashion resources often face only two outcomes: either they are incredibly confident or they cut off their own escape route. Guo Yuxin clearly belongs to the former. She understands that her most valuable asset now isn't her photo shoots, but her roles, not her position on stage, but her screen time, not the spotlight at night, but the audience's emotional response when the show airs. No matter how bright the red carpet, it can't outshine a memorable role. No amount of exposure can surpass a truly breakout work. This isn't recklessness, it's clear-headedness. It's not posing, but a precise assessment of her own position. Therefore, you'll find that this absence didn't cause a scandal or widespread ridicule. Instead, it garnered praise. Because everyone suddenly realized, there are still people in the Chinese entertainment industry who genuinely treat actor as their primary profession. And this is the most powerful and beautiful blow behind this disappearance. Precisely because of this, Guo Yuxin's absence is seen by many as a precise way to avoid trouble. To put it bluntly, the CP, couple pairing, trope has been overused in the Chinese entertainment industry. If there's a story, they force a pairing; if there isn't, they create pink bubbles. A single glance on camera is described in press releases as undercurrents and sparks flying. The trending topics are sweet, the actors are exhausted, and the audience's patience is being worn down. Guo Yuxin clearly doesn't intend to continue playing this game. Her choice to step back at this juncture is tantamount to a direct statement: roles can have relationships, but actors don't need to be tied to them. Fans understand this better than anyone. Rather than being assigned positions at events, having her gaze interpreted, and being forced to interpret relationships, it's better to stay on set and focus on filming well. After all, the on-screen couple you ship today can be replaced tomorrow, but a wasted period of an actor's career won't come back. More subtly, this refusal to cooperate hasn't lowered Guo Yuxin's value. Instead, it has clarified her market image. She's not there to ride the wave. She's there to work when an actor is repeatedly mentioned, not for what she wore today or who she was with, but for what she's currently filming. And when her next role is coming up, that's when they've truly established themselves. So you'll find that this seemingly absent event ultimately produced a highly counterintuitive result. ELLE didn't see her, but she gained even more goodwill. There were no red carpet photos flooding social media, yet the discussion didn't diminish at all. There was no forced promotion, but her reputation quietly improved. This isn't just being willful, it's a proactive choice made after a thorough understanding of the rules of the entertainment industry. While others are still using exposure to prove I'm still here, Guo Yuxin has already shown everyone through her actions, I don't need to prove it. And perhaps the Chinese entertainment industry needs this kind of non-cooperation to remind everyone, an actor's stage is never on the red carpet, but in front of the camera. That year, the outside world was equally baffled. Some called her aloof, others said she was pretentious, and some predicted she was about to fade into obscurity. But what happened? A year later, she returned with a pivotal role in a project, her reputation, status, and influence all more stable than before. History never repeats itself, but the logic remains constant. Guo Yuxin is now making the same choice of delayed gratification. She's exchanging short-term hype for long-term value, momentary exposure for a sustainable career. Don't forget where she is now. Not a newcomer testing the waters, nor has been trying to revive her career, but rather, she's in her prime. Every choice at this stage will directly impact her trajectory for the next 3 to 5 years. A good choice makes her an actress, a bad one turns her into fodder for gossip. That's why she's so wary of appearing alongside others, being paired with others, and trendy topics. It's not that she doesn't understand how to play the traffic game, it's that she understands it too well, and therefore chooses not to play it. If you look closely, you'll see that the real panic in this incident wasn't her, nor the fans, but the old system that must create scenes together, must produce sweet moments, must serve the trending topics. When an actor starts refusing to be arbitrarily directed, this system becomes clumsy and ineffective. What's even more frightening is that this refusal is replicable. Once someone proves that they can maintain popularity without attending events, that not engaging in promotional activities can actually make them more appealing, and that not chasing red carpet exposure can still be appreciated by the market, then many unspoken rules in the Chinese entertainment industry will begin to loosen. Therefore, Guo Yuxin's absence this time wasn't a simple matter. She was using a quiet choice to pose a question to the entire industry. When actors no longer revolve around popularity, will popularity still chase after actors? The answer may not be immediate. But one thing is clear, the spotlight is slowly shifting towards those who truly excel at acting. Ultimately, the reason this incident has sparked such a large discussion isn't because she didn't go, but because she had the right not to go. In the Chinese entertainment industry, what's truly scarce is never exposure opportunities, but the right to choose. Most artists are constantly on the go because if they stop, they risk being replaced. If they are absent, they fear being forgotten. Guo Yuxin's answer this time is direct. I don't rely on appearances to maintain my presence, I rely on my work. So when her absence from ELLE was repeatedly discussed, analyzed, and amplified, it already spoke volumes. No red carpet look, yet she still dominated the headlines. No official shots, yet everyone's attention was drawn to her. This, in itself, is a higher level of presence. More importantly, this presence doesn't rely on any external connections. No shared shots, no interaction, no deliberately created emotional hooks, yet the discussion grew naturally. The audience was discussing choices, judgments, and whether actors should be respected. When the topic shifted from "is it good?" to "is it worth it?", the level was completely different. Perhaps one day in the future, Guo Yuxin will walk the red carpet again. But then, she won't need introductions, she won't need to be elevated, and she won't need anyone's support to get on camera. Just standing there is the answer. Until then, she chooses to stay on set. Dust, lighting fixtures, boxed lunches, repetitive blocking, and lines rehearsed time and time again, these seemingly insignificant daily routines are the future she's truly betting on. The Chinese entertainment industry is never short of excitement, what it lacks are people willing to relinquish it. So in this round, no one lost, it's just that some people have finally seen clearly what truly holds its value. Thank you for watching the video, see you in the next video, thank you.